Hello, everyone, and welcome to the weekend preview for the week starting on August 7th, 2017. And we had an interesting week. We kind of got back into everything with the Godsol's Turnbuckle side. Matter of fact, I even started releasing them on SoundCloud as well at this point in time. I'm going to continue on doing that. Like I said, I think it broadens and it expands the audience to other facets and everything in that sense. And I'm going to continue to look at different ways to do that as much as possible. Obviously, still releasing things here on YouTube, everything in that sense. So we do go back to the Godsol's Turnbuckles this week. For purposes of everything going on, in the terms of the simulation matches, the recordings are going good, everything in that sense at this point in time. And I should start releasing those next week in the terms of the simulation matches towards NXT TakeOver Brooklyn and WWE SummerSlam as the final cards come in. As of right now, we only have the 4 matches for the NXT TakeOver Brooklyn show. We don't necessarily have a 5th, and usually they have 5 matches, so I'm going to give it time to actually have a fifth match in there. And as soon as all of them are recorded, edited down, rendered out, everything in that sense, then I'll start releasing the videos as they are. More than likely, that will happen next week. Obviously, this week we go back into the Godsol's Turnbuckles. I did take a break from Impact Wrestling in the terms of doing the review last week, just to take a little bit of extra time to make sure I'm doing a few other things to go along with that in there. But all of the reviews should be coming back this week. In that sense, I mean, I should be able to garner the time, everything in that sense, to get everything going. Also, last week, this happened off stream, and I'm going to talk about streaming here in a little bit as well. This happened off stream. I went back and recorded a bunch of matches in Killer Instinct. I'm going to bring back a little series that I used to call Tales of a Scrub, because at fighting games, I'm generally a scrub. I'm okay at them. I'm not great by any stretch of the imagination. I have fun with them. I love playing them. I love playing them against people, everything in that sense. So we're going to go back into Killer Instinct, and we're going to revisit that a little bit. I've at least rendered out the first video of it, and I have a bunch more content to go along with that, and you should see those coming out throughout the week and everything in that sense. So guess what? Fighting games are going to come back to the channel this week in the terms of videos that I've edited down, everything in that sense of everything to go along with that. So this is going to bring us to the streaming side of everything. Now, for the longest time, I've kind of streamed twice a week. Not always, but for the most point, it would be like twice a week. With the exception, obviously, of like live reaction weeks that if I get time, it ends up being like 3 or something in that sense. I wouldn't mind expanding that a little bit more to a few more times a week, if possible. Not always guaranteed, but I like the whole twice a week, everything in that sense. But here's the thing that I've been doing. I've been streaming the Dead or Alive 5 stuff. I call it Dead or Alive 5 Tuesdays now over on Twitch. Everything to go along with that. And I've been doing like the Gears of War stuff or the shooters or everything in that sense over on the YouTube page. This isn't conducive. I don't feel like this is conducive to, or, this doesn't benefit anything, because you're only doing it once a week. You're only doing it like this on each channel. You're not expanding the audience as much as you can in the terms of everything. So I needed to shorten it down to one streaming service, and I can do 2 if I can do a simulcast. If I can do a simulcast, then we can do 2 channels, everything in that sense, to go along with it. But if I'm going to go along with everything and I can only stream on one channel at any given time, I'm going to go over to my Twitch page at this point in time for that purposes, because they've done a lot of things, and there's a lot of things over there that I actually like better than the YouTube side of everything. For one, if you don't want to record, if I don't want to tax the CPU on my computer too much while I'm doing a stream for like 2 to 3 hours, everything in that sense, and then record everything to go along with it, guess what? On the YouTube side, I don't know if this has changed recently or anything in that sense, but if I shoot something at 60 frames a second on the YouTube side, and I try to download it like a day or so later after everything's been processed, everything in that sense, and everything goes about it, it downgrades everything. It downgrades the download to about 30 frames a second. Now, if you're going with fighting games, guess what? That doesn't look all that good. It doesn't look all that good in the end because fighting games are typically done like at 60 frames a second, everything in that sense. Now, on the Twitch side, if I download that same stream, and almost instantaneously after I've gone off the air, it downloads it as it was shot at either the 720p, 1080p, 60 frames a second, and it downloads it just like that. I can go in, edit it, have basically everything that I had beforehand. And that's only if I decide not to tax my CPU with that. I've done a few things to where it doesn't have like high CPU usage while doing something like that at any given time. But you know, sometimes I don't like to take the chances, or I just like to have a little bit of fun. So that's one thing I definitely like over there. The other thing, you can do custom emotes. Like I do have a subscription base. I became an affiliate over there. I think I announced that a while ago. I became an affiliate over there, so you know you can sub to the channel. I'm working on emotes for that. I think I'm allowed like one, or like I'm allowed either like 1 or 3 or something in that sense. I don't know how exactly. I think it's 1. Oh yeah, you're allowed 1 at each of their tiers of the subscription, everything in that sense. So it could be up to 3 to go along with it. In that case, so I'm going to be working on that over the next few periods of time and everything in that sense over there. But in all honesty, I do this as a hobby. I do this more as a hobby than it is as a job or anything in that sense. So the money really doesn't mean anything in that sense. I have a full-time job. That's how I support. That's how I support doing all this stuff. I don't go off of donations. I have it there, but I don't promote it by any stretch of the imagination. If you ever think the stuff's good and you decide like, yeah, we can do this or anything in that sense, yeah. And I won't say that it's not appreciated. It's just that it's not the biggest deal to promote. It's like, hey, we need this, and this. Donate to the channel and help me get this stuff. It's like I kind of go off of my job and everything in that sense, and then make sure I get the equipment I want and how I want it at any given time, so I can just give back to you guys at that point. And obviously, if any donations do happen, I'll go ahead and talk about this now. If any donations do happen, which they do on occasions, they go back to you guys in some way, shape, or form. It goes back to either buying equipment for the stream in that sense, and it helps out with that. Even though I try to, you know, support it 100% by myself, sometimes it does go into that, or it goes into the local FGC here in the terms of, you know, helping them out in any way, shape, or form, or, you know, helping them with a prize pool or something in that sense. I try to help them as much as I can as well on that side. I don't do it often, but when I do, I try to, you know, give to them as much as I can in any way, shape, or form. So that's what that basically is about. It's there. I don't promote it because I don't want that to be about. I don't want my channel to be about that. I want my channel to be about fun and everything in that sense. So that's what that's about. But other reasons why I end out liking Twitch because of the custom emotes. That's where that other talk went. You know, they allow me to download basically what I recorded or what I streamed at that point in time. They allow for custom emotes with everything to go along with it. You know, and there's a little thing that they added recently. There's a little section that they added recently that says, hey, maybe I can bring my live reactions over there. They added a wrestling section. That's right, they're bringing wrestling into the fray on Twitch now. Matter of fact, I think there's a couple of them on there already that are at least in the terms of being partnered side. Obviously, you could put yourself into the wrestling section if you so wish or anything in that sense. based off of whatever you're doing. But like I think WCPW is going over there, and Pro Wrestling Circus or something in that sense, or Wrestling Circus is also on there as well. So they're kind of picking and choosing which ones they're putting on there. But they've added the section, which means I think either under the IRL section or under the wrestling section, I could technically start doing my live reactions over on the Twitch side. So guess what? I can put everything into one group. Let's go for it. Let's go over to the Twitch side. And like I said, if I can simulcast at a later time or anything in that sense, that's what we'll be doing. And that's basically what we're going with it. I feel like their streaming service is better than YouTube's. YouTube's is great for on-demand, everything in that sense, and I want to keep that channel going because for everything like this, all the normal videos, everything in that sense. It's not like I'm going to go over there and everything goes to Twitch, everything, no. We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. Twitch is going to be for the live, and one other thing for that. For purposes, because I used to have all the Gears of War stuff and everything in that sense up here on this channel, that's not going to change. Matter of fact, I started it with last Tuesday's Dead or Alive 5 stream. All those streams I'm going to export or I'm going to upload to the YouTube channel. So you will get to see it. You just won't get to see it live. That's the difference. It won't be live, it'll be later in that sense and everything. So we're coming up and formulating a true game plan with everything in that sense. If you want to watch it live as it happens, everything in that sense, over on the Twitch page, link in the description for that one. If you want to watch it later, which I'm completely okay with as well, I will have it up here on the YouTube channel, and I'm going to actually take time and I'm going to actually put every single stream, for the most part. I still don't do single player over on this channel. I might start doing that though. I don't know, in that sense of it. So with that being said, that's pretty much everything on the streaming side as well. So that's where we're going to be going with on the stream side. Now, in the terms of the Fire Pro Wrestling thing that I made mention earlier, I'm doing simulations to the pay-per-views. I don't know if I'm going to do every single pay-per-view. That might be a lot, especially with the factor that they had, like, after SummerSlam, I think there's a month till the next pay-per-view. And then there's, like, 2 weeks, and then 2 weeks, and then 2 weeks, and then Survivor Series, or something in that sense. At this point, there's a lot that goes on. I don't know if I'll be able to do simulations for every single pay-per-view, but with Fire Pro Wrestling World, I have something else planned in mind. I'm working on it right now. I'm working on those things. I've got a little bit of it finalized of what I want to do. I don't have everything what I want to do yet. So as soon as I actually have something full on what I want to do, I'll let you guys end out knowing. I'll actually make a special video for that, make it like a special announcement and everything in that sense. It won't be something on the weekend preview. But I'm planning something else with Fire Pro Wrestling World in the terms of simulating and everything to go along with it. Obviously, we got those typical pay-per-view simulations. There's more we can do with that. There's a lot more that we can do with it, and I think I can pull it off. And that's what we'll end up trying to do in that sense. Like I said, that will be something down the line. So this is an announcement that I'm going to be making an announcement. Great. I did one of those. But whatever. So yeah, we're going to do some more stuff with Fire Pro Wrestling World at this point in time. And I don't know whether or not it's going to switch over into WWE 2K18 or anything in that sense. I haven't done the WWE games in a long time, actually. And I might get this this year's version of it. I'm not 100% certain on that. So that's pretty much everything for you guys. We've got some stuff going on. We're going to be making our switch over to Twitch completely at this point in the terms of the streaming side. We've got the simulations working for the WWE pay-per-views. Expect some Killer Instinct content this week. And yeah, we've got a chock full week ahead for you guys on this channel. I hope you enjoy the content coming your way, and I thank you guys for watching. Have a great week.